This is part one of a two-part video exploring the new beta 4.2.2 Android OS on the Novo 7 Venus tablet. Part one is just going to show you the actual upgrade process and the results there after that. And then part two, we're going to take a look at more of the what's new and what's changed, although there are a few changes that are covered here in part one. So let's sit back and enjoy. Okay, here I've got the tablet product tool software already loaded, and the USB cable's already plugged in, and my tablet is shut down. I'm navigating to the location for the 4.2.2 beta firmware. So I've got that. Click on replace, and at this point, if you've seen the previous video where I did the other firmware update, you got 3 files that you're going to load in by. Just make sure you got to click the right one for. So we just match them up. So click on the image button, find the associated file. So that's number 2, and one more. So we got those 3. Now I'm going to hold down the volume up button, the volume plus button, as well as the power button on the tablet. There you hear the computer acknowledge that it's seen the tablet. And if you look up at the top, as in the previous video, there's a 1 saying there's one USB device. You click on the down button there, and that basically begins the process of downloading the firmware to the tablet. I mean, for actual detailed explanations of how to do this, there are 2 other videos, one by myself and another one up there that will lead you through the process step by step. This is just kind of an overview from start to finish to show you the process, minus a lot of the intricate details. So the process has started. You can see the progress bar is moved. And as mentioned earlier, depending on the speed of your computer, this actual time may vary from your machine to mine. But this time I decided to just not to do any edits during the process, so you'll get a good idea how long it actually takes from the time I click that down button to the time it goes to completion. And sometimes it may look like the progress bar is stopped, and it will stop sometime. It might pause, seem to pause. See, there it just jumped up. Just give it, if you're doing this and you think it's locked up, just give it a little time. It may be okay. There we got the blue, 100% successful. Unplug the USB cable. And now I'm going to hold the power button down anywhere 8 to 10 seconds. Should be sufficient. Release it, and the tablet starts to boot. And the first time after you do a firmware update, the boot time is going to be longer than your normal boot time. So this is normal. So this is going to be a little bit of a lengthy boot time for the first boot after any firmware update. But when you see this, you know that chances are you've had a successful update. I mean, the tablet is booting up. Okay, here we are. Not sure what to tap on.
Guess here.
So I'm just going to guess and tap on that button. Okay. So you can always see a difference. The little icon would you normally tap to bring up your installed apps is now a circle down here at the middle bottom. So let's tap that. And I don't know what that screen is, but so let's go in settings and change the language from Chinese to English US. And there's another video that I have, if you haven't seen it, that goes through this process. Basically look for the inverse A in the left hand column and then the top selection on the right hand column, and at that point just scroll down to whatever language you want. And let's go back to the home screen. Okay, here we are back at the home screen. Again, the main obvious difference right off the bat is the little icon. I'm tapping here to show you your apps, which is now down at the bottom center rather than in the upper right hand corner. That was where it was in previous versions. The apps that are installed look pretty much the same.
So the only thing I've done so far that I didn't record was connecting to my local Wi-Fi network. Let's scroll down and see what the About tablet.
So here we are in settings, About tablet, and you can see that the build number is 2013.04.07, or basically the 0407 version 1 build. And then the Android version 4.2.2. So that's that. And here's just a exploded view. Okay, one of the differences under the new firmware, when you want to see what applications are open, now it's just a vertical row of screens that you can scroll through. And also a new feature is on the lock screen, you can have widgets on the lock screen. Here I'm scrolling through 2-3 different widgets that I've added. So here, back in the settings, I'm trying to find the HDMI out. I mean, some things have kind of moved around a little bit. The display, so click on the display, and here you can turn HDMI out, on and off, but you no longer have that choice of output resolution. So maybe someone else has some input on what happened there, or maybe they just took that feature out.